Let's be honest. Does your workers' comp premium ever feel like a bigger threat to your business than a Texas hailstorm? Yeah, you're not alone. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly why roofing insurance is so ridiculously expensive and, more importantly, give you the tools you need to fight back. And this quote right here, this really gets to the heart of the whole problem. Insurance carriers, they're looking at your business under a microscope. And that heightened scrutiny, that's the very reason your premiums can feel so punishing. So, we're about to pull back the curtain on what can feel like the insurance industry's big secret. I promise, by the end of this, you'll finally understand how your premium is calculated and how you can turn that unpredictable expense into a powerful tool for your business's growth. Okay, so why the high risk label in the first place? To get it, you got to think like an insurance underwriter for a second. Let's dive in. Wow, this chart tells a really powerful story, doesn't it? For every single $100 of payroll, a roofer is paying somewhere between $15 and $25 in workers' comp. Now look at an electrician, just $4 to $8. That is a massive difference, and it all boils down to one simple thing: risk. And these aren't just a list of bullet points, are they? These are the daily realities for your crew. Every single time they step on a ladder, they're facing dangers that an electrician or a plumber just doesn't. And you better believe, to an insurance company, every one of these risks is a potential claim just waiting to happen. And here's where those risks turn into cold, hard reality. I mean, no surprise, falls are the #1 cause of claims. But look at this. Back injuries and heat-related illnesses are huge factors too. These are the exact kinds of claims that are driving your premiums through the roof. So how does all of this translate into that number on your premium bill? Well, it's not magic. It's all about the formula. Here it is. This is the formula that determines what you pay. It looks simple enough, right? It's basically your payroll times a base rate times something called an experience mod. Let's break down what each of these really means for you. First up, exposure. It just sounds like some fancy insurance word, but all it really means is your total payroll. The more you pay your employees, the more exposed you are to potential claims. Simple as that. Next, you have the base rate. This is a number set by the state, and it's tied directly to your industry's risk code. And for roofing, that code is 5551, which, you guessed it, is one of the highest in all of construction. It's a direct reflection of all those dangers we just talked about. Okay, now for the most important part of this whole thing, the experience modification rating, or EMR. This right here is where you have the power. It's a number that basically scores your company's safety record against other roofers, and it can either save you an absolute fortune or cost you one. Honestly, this is the best way to think about it. Your EMR is like a credit score, but for safety. Just like a good credit history tells a bank you're low risk, a good safety history tells an insurance company the same thing. So an EMR of 1.0 is basically the industry average. If your safety record is better than average, your EMR drops below 1.0 and boom, you get a discount. But if it's worse than average, your EMR goes above 1.0 and you're going to pay a penalty, a surcharge. Let's put a real number on that. An EMR of 1.25 might not sound like a lot, but what it actually means is you are paying a full 25% more than a competitor who just has an average safety record. That kind of penalty, year after year, can absolutely sink a business. So what does a high EMR actually look like in practice? Let's check out how just a couple of claims can have a massive, long-lasting impact on your bottom line. This slide really tells a tale of two roofers. Get this. Both have the exact same payroll, $500,000. But Company A pays $45,000 a year in workers' comp, while Company B is paying a staggering $82,000. The only difference? Company B had a couple of claims. That's it. That's $37,000 every single year. Money that could be going into your pocket, into new equipment, or into bonuses for your crew. But instead, it's going straight to the insurance company. That is the real, painful cost of a workplace injury. But here's the good news. You are not powerless in this fight. Not at all. There are concrete, real steps you can take right now to lower your EMR and take back control of your insurance costs. Let's get right into them. You know, it all starts with a proactive approach to safety. A simple daily checklist, seriously, just like the one you see here, can prevent the vast majority of injuries. And believe me, it will save you a fortune in the long run. And look, safety isn't just about what happens on the roof. Your office game has to be just as strong. For example, are you positive you're using the correct class codes? Those are the numbers that define the work your team does, and getting them wrong can be a huge, costly mistake. And how about a return to work program? That's just a plan to get an injured employee back on light duty as soon as it's safe. That one thing can drastically cut the cost of a claim, which directly protects your EMR. Every single item on this list is a lever you can pull. And let's just pause on this one for a second because this is a massive, costly mistake that we see all the time. You absolutely must have valid certificates of insurance for every single sub you hire. If they get hurt on your job and don't have their own coverage, that claim can land right on your policy and wreck your EMR. So I'll leave you with this question. Be honest with yourself. Is your safety program just some binder collecting dust on a shelf? Or is it an active, living part of your company's financial strategy? Because when it comes to workers' comp, a strong safety culture is the single best investment you can make. The bottom line is this. You have so much more control over your workers' comp premium than you think. By making safety a core part of your business, not just an afterthought, you can lower your EMR, slash your costs, and build a stronger, more resilient company that's built to last.